deal. Chillin' with the SmokeFellas, and yeah, we keep it real. Lucky Lefty, Ben, and KDL. Sit down for lady talk with Smoke and Joe as well. Sit down and watch the side talk. Sit down and come to side talk. Go ahead, puff the cigars. If you ain't ready for us, come enjoy the shop talk.
Yo, what's up? This is Humidor Sports Podcast straight from SportsZone, Chicago, baby. We are in the house back with this train ride of sports, man. It is your boy, Mr. Smokefella, right now, sipping on a Sox brew straight from Goose Island. And I'm smoking on Asylum 13. Yes, sir. We about to get it in. I got my regular panel out here, man, and these dudes, we've been backstage and they have been going in and going crazy already. So this ride is about to be very special. I'm going to bring to the stage, it's Mr. 5 o'clock somewhere, Lucky Lefty, aka his left ain't shiggity. Lefty, what's up?
What's up, people? I'm on my Crocodile Dundee today. You know, I gotta change it up for y'all every week. I got a little Tennessee whiskey in my coffee this morning. Just trying to. I'm gonna start off slow. Then we're
down south with it.
Yeah, we're going down south with it. We'll pick it up by 1 o'clock. We'll pick it up by 1 o'clock,
and then we go straight to the pank.
Straight to the pank, baby. And ain't no crying in the pank.
Ain't no crying in the
pank, baby.
All right, hey. I'm
smoking my punch, man. My Diablo, my box press Diablo, man. It's one of my favorites. It's a beautiful.
Oh, you got that box press?
Yeah, that box press, that joint here.
You got another one in your box? I'll trade you some.
We'll work something out.
Right. Yeah. All right, man. Straight out of Harvey, the finest from Thornton High School. My man, KDL, who got his team got whooped by the Bears last week. The New York G-Men, KDL 33. What's up?
Hey, man, to say we got whooped is a little stretch. Because like I said, y'all was nervous as hell on that last drive, as was I. We should have never been down in the first place. We lost our wide receiver and our running back. That's neither here nor there. A little later on, Asylum 13, baby. Ben, you've been copying off me today, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in the water.
Hey. Hey, as we showed up backstage, man, looked up, KDL and I had the same shirt on, so I had to go to wardrobe and get a change. But for the record, I look better in it. Just so you know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Damn, that was strong.
Now,
I don't know about that.
Straight off the railroad tracks, it's my man, Sly Diggity Dog.
Could have left him there with the train coming.
Literally.
Hey, man.
Because he out here, he look like he's sneaking because the lights off.
No, the lights is on. It just, I like it very romantic in the daytime. Okay. Hey, look here. Soul Brother Cigar. Straight out of Sugar Daddies in Las Vegas, baby. Let's go.
My man, PG 69. From the look. What's up?
There you go.
Oh, his setup. Look at his setup.
There you go.
Lucky Lefty,
KDL
33, Mr. Smokefella, and the dude who crib I left not even 8 hours ago.
That's facts.
My boy. What's up, fellas? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. We got a special guest today. My man L Boogie. We gonna be real gentle with him because he is rocking Dallas Cowboys gear today. So we gonna keep. We are matter of fact gonna keep. We gonna keep Kev and him. We will not put them side by side on the screen. One will be in one corner, one in the other corner. L Boogie, say what's up to the people, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I just want to throw this live up. Hope y'all like my hat and my jersey. do it back for Emmitt Smith, you know.
Well, we don't.
Ivan, at the end of the show, it's gonna be like, it's okay. If you don't like, it'll be respected. So it's all good. Either way.
Ivan coming through already, baby.
Hey man, I will say as a Giants fan, I respect the player. I like Emmitt Smith. I just can't stand the team or the owner.
You know, and I don't like the owner either. So we on the same page with that. Real quick story. When I was in third grade in '91, I bet my godmother, God rest her soul, a McDonald's value meal on the Super Bowl, and Dallas won, and they won me food. As a fat kid, hey, I've been a Dallas Cowboy for life after that. So here we are.
That's a great reason. Hey, that's a great story. What a
reason. All right. Come on, Ivan, you already beat us, bro. What more you want?
Hey, Sly still a fat kid, so.
What?
All right, man. We want to start this train, man, and I'm gonna let my man PG69 take this. I'm gonna let him put some smoke in there for Humidor Sports Podcast. Pat, put some smoke in there, my brother.
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it. First, I want to. We definitely want to give our condolences to Mr. James White with the passing of his father on his child's first birthday, and his mother is now in critical condition, also fighting for her life. So we definitely want to put some smoke in the air for her, for them and his family. But we also got to put some smoke in the air for one of, as you can see, my setup, one of the best, greatest ever to line up behind that quarterback, Mr. Gale Sayers. He passed at the age of 77. Played for the Kansas Common. He was one of the youngest to hit the Hall of Fame at 33 years old. Unfortunately, knee injuries cut his career short, but let's give it up. 4-time Pro Bowl, 5-time All-Pro, Hall of Famer, number 40, one of Chicago Bears' greatest, baby, Mr. Gale Sayers. Rest in peace, sir.
Hey, that is Mr. Give me 18 inches of daylight. It's all I need. That's all he needs.
The best two running backs ever was from Chicago.
That's
Emmitt
right.
Smith should even be included, and that's just the bottom line. But that's neither here or there.
We firing shots already. I just got on here.
Hey, Sly.
Here or there.
I'm gonna sip on some of this 120 to that, Sly.
Right.
Oh, my feet ain't even get all the way right.
I wish
my feet in the sand.
You know, Gail was right before my time.
Man,
you know, coming up, it was Walter Payton, but man, the stories that my father tell, man, about him, man, they say he definitely would have been the greatest of all time.
Dude,
like this dude was some of the numbers he put up: 300-yard games, 200-yard games. Come on, man.
Damani, one game the man had 6 touchdowns. He ran 4 and back from kickoff, and caught 2 touchdowns.
And that was in the mud against San Francisco.
49ers, baby. Yes, sir.
That's strong.
Hey,
I just want to say condolences.
There you go, Ivan, my man.
Yeah.
There he is, Mr. Gale, baby.
I just want to say condolences to all the families, man. I can only imagine you get a call, and you get a call that your mom and dad have been in a car accident. Your dad is gone and your mom's in critical condition. Regardless if you're a sports athlete, millionaire, whatever, that has to be devastating. So my condolences to all the families. As far as Gale Sayers, he was a little before my time, but I done watched plenty of highlights growing up in Chicago. So much respect. My condolences to his family too.
You sure that's before your time? You are the oldest on the panel, but I'm just gonna keep that right there.
No, actually, Pat is older than me. Pat is older than me.
See, there it is, man. You always got to deflect. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about you. He wasn't talking about me, brother. He was talking about you.
Hey, you see that on the screen? Protect yourself at all times. So check it out, man. We finna get into this segment called Smoke or Ash. You're gonna smoke to it if you believe in it, you feel it, or you're gonna ash that shh if it's a bunch of BS. So I call this the price of gold. Notre Dame hit by COVID-19. 4 players tested positive. 6 players placed in quarantine. Their game Saturday that was supposed to be today was rebooked. They didn't say canceled. It was rebooked for December 12th. Does this have a huge effect on NCAA football going forward? Smoke or ash? Lefty.
I'm gonna add to it. I don't think it's gonna affect it. I know, Notre Dame is a big time program. Of course, they are national televised. They got their own network, the whole nine. But it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, when you look at what's going on out here, the fact that players are catching it, they traveling, going to different schools to play. So yes, it's not surprising. I don't think they're gonna be the last school. But I'm gonna ask it. I don't think it's gonna slow anything down. The season not gonna stop. NCAA gonna play.
So I came to you because if y'all don't know on the panel, Lucky Lefty is a Notre Dame fan.
Yes, I am. Facts. And proud of it.
Something wrong with this kid, but that's okay. All right, man. I'm gonna go to the new guy, L Boogie, because of what I heard. You a diehard NCAA football fan, man. So go ahead and drop a little knowledge.
Well, I'm gonna add to it. Funny that I'm from South Bend and I'm the biggest Notre Dame hater out there. But I'm gonna add to it. I don't think it's stopping no show. College football is gonna keep going as long as they can keep it going. If you look, half of the 65 power schools declined to share data in regarding how many positive tests they had. A third of the schools didn't provide any information in regards to COVID, and you got 21 schools that are in FCS. That aren't reporting anything. So, no, I don't think this is going to stop any show, regardless of the outbreak. College football is a big money maker for a lot of these universities and institutions. And no, I don't think this is going to stop any show. You see, they postponed the game and they got a lot of bye weeks filled in there just for those just in case time. So not stopping no show at all. Too much money, too much business.
Hey, I got some disagreement in that bottom right corner. Sly Dog.
L Boogie, come on, man. It's been proven, man. Everybody from the age of 21 to 35, man, their numbers has went up. All the college campuses from NIU all the way across, man, they're closing their schools because of this. Madison, Wisconsin just had a big outbreak. They hiding the numbers. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smoke to it. It's going to cause a big effect. A lot of these colleges are hiding the numbers, if not even telling anything about it. So stop L Boogie. It is a big problem, but the problem is there's so much money involved, we'll never get the real numbers of the truth. Lord have mercy.
You agree with him without agreeing with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
I feel like if I said the sky is blue, I argue with me and said the sky is green. Like, so it wouldn't matter.
But what I'm saying is it's because of the numbers. Of course they're gonna keep going on because it's big money. But the problem is a lot of these college campuses, man, they closing them because of the numbers on these COVID numbers on these college campuses.
They are, but the football teams aren't. The big football schools aren't reporting the numbers.
That's the problem.
You disagree with the man to agree with him.
But first of all,
what's wrong with you?
Okay.
What's wrong with you? First of all, you agree with the man.
First of all, again, okay, I hate your back and Notre Dame. So I hope they'll never play a game again.
Well, you have bad taste, sir.
Hey, man, you guys are wild today. And L Boogie, you're gonna have to come back because you fitting right in. You and already peeped Sly out. He coming at you before you even can blink twice.
I love it. That's what I'm here for. I wore this. I got on my ammunition. I got on my war gear because I figured I was coming. So I'm ready. You stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. That's what they.
You ain't got to get ready, baby.
Protect yourself.
I have became a Giants fan overnight.
Cowboys by 40.
That ain't saying much.
We're going to move on to the next topic, man. The Giants gone yet. I'm scared. Now, ain't nobody ever going to say that about the Giants. All right, next topic, man. Next topic. Put a ring on it. I call it put a ring on it because Colts linebacker Darius Leonard gives fan his gloves after the game, gets to the locker room, and notice his wedding ring is in the glove. Would you have told your wife? Now, Pat, you recently married, just celebrated anniversary. I'm going to come to you on this one, buddy. What would you do in that situation?
I'm going to try everything in the world to get that ring back before she notices it's gone. Because if she notices it gone before I tell her, it's gonna be a problem. But to piggyback off my boy Sly Dog, and this is the only reason I probably would tell her. Because Sly has been a victim of that. Sly was at work before. He told me this story. He was at work before. And he lost his ring at work, man. He had to go get, and he ain't have it for a while. He had to go get another one. You didn't tell me that.
It wasn't at work. But anyway, when it gets to me, I'll tell you the real story.
Now the truth comes out, huh?
Right.
Okay. No.
Right.
But the good thing about it is, man, when he did that, he actually gave it to a kid. Now, if he would have gave it to some grown-up, grimy dude, he would never seen that ring again.
First
Like
of all,
Lefty.
Shouldn't no grown man be taking another man's gloves anyway? That'd have been weird.
It was a kid. It was a kid, man.
It's cool. I'm saying if it was a grown man.
How did you not
Right.
feel your ring come off in that glove?
Hey, yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. I ain't never happened to me, but I don't know.
I know how.
I heard the cool thing about it was the kid returned it.
That's right.
They
Well,
returned
the
it.
parents
Yeah, his
needed
family
to
reached
return.
out to him. Yeah, his family reached out.
Yeah, so that was good. So
He
since
clearly went from the south side of Chicago.
right, so since Pat put you out there, Sly Dog, you want to tell your story?
Man, look here, man. I ain't gonna be long-winded like the Giants fan, but look, man. So if you probably what it was, he probably lost weight, man. The ring was probably too big. Man, I did the same thing. I lost mine in a restaurant, going to the bathroom, washing my hands.
That's what
took the ring and everything off, threw it in the garbage.
You was drying your hands, threw it in the garbage, right?
I get in the car halfway home. I look down, I say, I threw my ring away. She said, "You did what?" I said, "I threw my ring away." "Well, you better find it, you MF." I said, "All right, I'll try to."
Was this after she swung on you before?
Well, she
we know. We know.
We know since
I knew I remember he's telling me he dried his hand and threw them on the garbage. It's like, wait a minute, my ring.
So I've been a victim of this myself.
I'm gonna tell you,
Hey, Sly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sly. So that mean you were driving, which means the right side of your face got hit.
hey, Mrs. Sly Dog will put them paws on you.
That's facts.
hands on.
Those are facts.
She put them hands on you. All right.
Joey said pawn shop.
Joey B straight out of Florida, man. One of Chicago's retired police officers said, "Pawn shop, here we come."
Man.
Hey, but my man Sweet say Pat up on camera dry snitching.
That ain't dry snitching. Right. Everybody know that story. They must ain't listened before. Sliding told me that several times.
hey.
Tell Sweet his on later.
Do I see Keita hand in the air?
Hey, man.
He's still traumatized from that ass whooping.
All right, moving along, man. HBC looks to primetime action. Deion Sanders hired as coach for Jackson State. Is this a publicity grab or a good coaching selection? Or is this going to be an overall distraction for Jackson State? Or is this good for black colleges? KDL 33.
I think it's going to be a distraction because the media is going to make it a distraction. I think it's a good hire because you bring a big name down there. And from my understanding, his assistant coaches is going to be big names, which means you bring more notoriety to the school and the league. Everybody else is making money off college football. So why don't you go to HBCU, hire a coach with stature, hire a Super Bowl champion, put people on the staff, and you'll attract players. I bet you they're going to groom them for the NFL. So it's only a distraction because the media is going to make it. So that's just my opinion.
Wait a minute. Did Kev give like 2 points and not 87 points? My man Kev. My man KDL 33. Hey,
don't worry. I'm passionate about what I want to be passionate about. Just remember that.
I got you. So
Short and sweet.
L Boogie, back to college football. Speak on it.
There's another one that hits close to home as a graduate of Alcorn State, proud HBCU. I think it's a great hire. So I'm going to ask to that point. Jackson State needs some type of attention. Since 2014, they've been 21-40. They had 4 coaching changes, and honestly, they pretty much been the laughing stock when it comes to the SWAC. So this is an amazing hire, and like KDL said, I believe he said 8 of his staff. I know that there was reports of T.O. and Warren Sapp joining his staff, but that was false. But he did say 8 of his staff members did play in the NFL or they played in those Power 5 schools. So him bringing that to Jackson State is going to open up a lot. Hold on, let me check my notes. He already offered a scholarship to his son, and then a Mississippi State player, freshman, is transferring to Jackson State. Corner Javoris Selman. He is a 3-star recruit. So it's going to be amazing. FAMU and Bethune-Cookman is coming to the SWAC as well in 2021. So it's just going to continue to bring notoriety and bring that prowess back to HBCU schools. Back in the 70s, 80s, we had Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, Art Shell, Richard Dent, Michael Strahan, and we had a lot of HBCU lineage in the NFL. And, going into the 90s, 2000s, we went away from that. It's not as many big names going to HBCU, so there's not a lot of pros coming from the NFL. So I think this is going to be the first step to bringing notoriety to the HBCUs and bringing that level of talent back to our schools.
So, Lefty, dig a little deeper here. As L Boogie said, he offered a scholarship to his son. Now, what if his son gets a scholarship from one of these big box schools, and just for the sake of the show, he gets a scholarship from Clemson, Alabama, one of them big schools.
Ohio State.
No, we're not even going there. But if this was, what if he decides to go to the big box versus going with his dad? Is his dad gonna put him in a guest house for 4 years?
It'll definitely be a slap in the face. I mean, come on, man. His son's one of the top recruits in the nation. So, I mean, this was one of the reasons that, getting Deion Sanders in, to get the top players, whether it's his son or not. So, yeah, it'll definitely be a slap in the face, man. That's your father's first job, first head coaching job on a college level, man. No, he should, and he's going to roll with his pops, period. So at the other side of it, when you say media being a distraction, I don't think there's no such thing as that in college, because the more media attention you get, the better. The more recruits are going to want to come, the more, TV time you're getting, the more, I mean, you can huff all you want, psycho. Seriously though. I mean, the more media attention, the better. I mean, the better.
Did you just call him a psycho, man?
Psycho. He's psycho.
Hey, Shador, he actually has a scholarship offer to FAU with Willie Taggart, the old coach from Florida State. So he already committed. Yeah. Now the question is he going to decommit and go to Jackson State? I think he would. Like, why would you not want to play with his father?
He's definitely
and have that comfort level of being there. He was also the officer.
He's definitely going to decommit. That's his father.
Why not? Yeah. Why not?
The distraction will be being kind of touched on. I thought this way he was going with it. When he's down in SEC country and he gets some of the recruits, maybe not the main ones, but let's say he get one that, top 50, whatever, and he gets one of them to go to Jackson State instead of Bama, instead of Tennessee, instead of Clemson, instead of Florida. When he starts doing that, it's going to be a major distraction. You know why? Because he's a black coach.
But how's that going to be a distraction, kid?
That was my question. How's that going to be a distraction?
That's a good thing.
No, it is a good thing. It's a great thing.
It's gonna put the SEC on notice. You better get out on the grind, because prime time out there.
And it's gonna put HBCUs back out there on the map.
First of all,
let's go, man.
First of all, I went to Central State University, and what everybody fail to realize about this whole point is it's only gonna bring attraction to one school, and that's Jackson State, not all HBCUs in its totality. So why don't we stop that? Second of all is this. If his son choose to go there, okay, where you worried about going to NFL and where you falling at in that money. And Jackson State right now ain't prime for that. So why would I want to go to Jackson State right now, regardless of my own man there, when I'm looking at the future? He go to Jackson State now, you playing against weaker competition. That ain't gonna get you high in the draft. Okay? So why don't we stop all this, man? Why don't you let the man get the job, see how the school playing out for y'all already toning HBCU schools, the new SEC or Pac-10 or Big 12. Why don't we stop?
Hell just said that.
First of all,
hold on here. Hold on.
Hey, first of all, no one said that.
Man. Y'all know him, man.
Now, what you got to understand is when you say it's only going to benefit Jackson State, sorry, they got a schedule, so they go to other schools. So guess what? As Jackson State goes, so does this other school. They get notoriety now. Now there's a kid that's on Bethune that's never been seen before, but Jackson State roll in to play him, and guess what? He gets looks now.
He's
going to get looks because it's going to be people in the crowd.
It's got to be more than one school. It just can't be. Jackson State can't be the sole bearer for all the rest of the.
But you got to start somewhere.
When we stop.
Exactly. So what happens if so maybe other HBCUs are higher former NFL players as coaches and stuff. It's still a start.
First of all, I seen a guy from Illinois State playing for Jacksonville the other day. What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is it is possible. But what I'm saying, he was undrafted and was Illinois top players. Okay,
right, got to start somewhere.
But
they got to start somewhere.
I'm not saying that he don't. But what I'm saying is, what did my man do at Grambling? Same thing, right?
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams got hired at Grambling. Everybody thought it was going to change the scope of the HBCUs, and it didn't. What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is
it's 2020 though.
But it don't matter. What I'm trying
climate is totally different now.
But it don't matter. But you had good players back then too. What I'm trying to say is I'm hoping that our schools can come back. What I'm saying is that I'm not finna be because of one hire finna change. It's just finna change the whole scene for the HBCUs. I'm not gonna do that. Let it play out first. Let me see how it's gonna work before I get my heart in and it breaks it like it did before.
I don't think nobody's
get them PG. Get them PG.
I don't think nobody's saying it's going to change all at once, bro. But we got to start somewhere, and I think it's a good hire for Jackson State. Like Kevin said, you got a Pro Bowler, one of the best cornerbacks is ever to do it. He becomes a head coach. That's a start. And Ben, you're a father, Ben, and you got sons. You got dudes with your name. Let them not go to that school you get a head coaching job at. He is sleeping in our house. I don't care, bro.
They will be outside the circle of trust.
Right. If your father get that job, man, you're supposed to follow. I'm rolling with my family. I'm rolling with blood. If I'm going to get to the NFL, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there off my work ethic and what I do on this field. Not because I went to some high-ranking school.
Right. And playing against no competition. And
you're still going to be a standout because of your skill.
Junior never go play.
Come on, man.
Well, the other side of it, and when you compare to Doug Williams, Deion Sanders is a face, man. Like he still got relationships with franchise. He on TV he's on commercials. He got endorsement deals. Like he's still like all over the place,
he
man.
Got a podcast.
Doug Williams is
still doing NFL Network. He's doing NFL Network. He said he's not getting rid of that job. He's still gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
so he got a platform.
Hey, Slot, real quick. Do you remember we had the same conversation earlier this summer when we was talking about recruits and basketball going to HBCU?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And we said the very same thing. We said it got to start somewhere, and maybe more recruits should start coming.
Right.
This is the exact same thing. Now you hire a dude.
I'm so glad you touched on that, kid, because I was about to go there.
Slot make me drink.
Who cares?
Me too. 120.
Him and
everybody put a cup in the air for him.
Damn Slot.
Him and his whole staff will still never be better than Jackson State's own Walter Payton. So I don't care.
Shut up.
That's
probably not. Yeah, good thing that wasn't the point, though.
All right, man.
You look at some of the top players in the league now. They didn't come from big name schools. Antonio Brown came from Central Michigan. Bad reference since he's not in the league, but Tyreek Hill went to Oklahoma State and Pat Mahomes, Texas Tech, like these guys all went to small schools.
That is the Big 12.
Well, Antonio Brown is crazy, and so is Slot.
And so is Texas Tech.
Those are facts.
It all added up.
On
And
that
Sly,
note,
who your team? Who's your
Big
team?
12.
Let's talk about that. Sly, who is your team?
Ohio State.
My team is the one where Kevin went double or nothing last weekend, and I get 2 sticks. It's called the Las Vegas Raiders, baby. And I want them.
Come on,
I
Ivan.
forgot.
Come on, Ivan. I know you ready. Come on. I know he finna hit us with one of them.
We 2-0.
Ivan, that's a low blow, Ivan. You went to everybody with that.
I wasn't expecting that one. I was looking for the Raiders trash can thing.
That's cold.
Wow.
Protect yourself at all times. Oh my God.
There it is.
There it is.
The clown team.
Hey, Ivan, when none of us prepared for that Cubs photo you just put up there, so we did not protect ourselves at all times. But guess what? We'll be ready for you next time. We'll be ready.
Is that showing everybody how many hits they had going around the bases last night?
Wow.
It was bad. It was definitely bad. It was terrible.
That hurt.
That's all right. The Sox are in a slump right now, but it's okay. They in the playoffs. They're gonna right the ship, and we going to the chip. Let's go. All right, man.
Rather be in a slump now than later.
Here go the one I want to get to. Let's go, Ben.
So now, MVP snub. LBJ received the minimum amount of MVP votes. This is LBJ. I think he didn't even get over 5. Let's put it like that.
16.
Yeah, 16.
He got 16.
He got 16. He was upset that he only got 16.
So he voiced his displeasure in a news conference. That ain't LBJ. He don't act like that. He usually takes this for motivation, but he came out and said something. So, man,
that is LBJ.
What's really going on? Now, I got a panel with a few individuals that love them some LBJ. Lefty, you won. L Boogie is a fan, and then Sly Dog is a fan. But I'm going to go to KDL first.
He better not. Don't you say it, Kevin.
Let's go,
KDL. Let's go.
Take your
Let's go, KDL.
Respect the king. Respect the king.
Let's go. Kev, now, on this one, I want you to kick it off, man. Kick it off.
I know you do. I know you. And I will, Ben. First of all, if you're an MVP and everybody knows you're an MVP, you've been an MVP for years, you've been one of the greatest players for years, you don't react that way because you only got 16 votes. Maybe you only got 16 votes because you wasn't MVP until the end of the year, right when COVID hit. I'm gonna take y'all back. When the Lakers beat Milwaukee and they beat the Clippers, kind of the last weekend before everything went haywire, if the Lakers would have finished with the best record, LeBron would have gotten the MVP. That MVP was done. Giannis was already the MVP. But your play, I would have never heard it. Yep, I'm bringing it up, Sly. Michael Jordan would have never said that.
What he did?
I only got 16 votes. I was pissed off. Come on, man. Look, man, your peers think Giannis had a better year. And there was a lot of guys verbally said LeBron should have got the MVP. So as long as your peers still respect you, you leave that out to media. You can say that shit in the locker room. That was a bad move to me. Because what was it? All about the MVP? Is that why you get it? That's why you get all these stats. It's stats for the MVP. That was a bad move by him being the face of the league. That was a bad move. I don't agree with that at all. Somebody on that stature should never say,
"Oh, come on, man!
Oh,
come on, man! Foul on the play, man! Technical foul.
Had around on that one.
Flagrant 2. Flagrant 2. 2 shots in the ball out.
Producer of the year goes to
Flagrant 2, man! Come on.
Hey, man, somebody on that stature, though, real talk. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. If you on that stature, you don't let that be known. Be pissed off internally. Don't let that be known.
Come on, Lefty. Come on, Lefty. Let's see if you can match Kev's intensity on this. What you got?
You know what? I don't have the fact I'm a huge LeBron fan, but I was a little disappointed in him for coming out and saying something. I was like, it's somebody. I mean, he could be in the argument for MVP every year he's been in the league, but at this point in your career, it's all about championships, man. That stuff shouldn't even matter. You internalize that, go out there and kill them on the court, win a championship, and keep it moving, man. Like I was surprised and disappointed that he even came out and said something, and like
MJ did Karl Malone, right?
Yeah, I mean, but even when MJ did it, like why? Like what's those little awards is one thing, but MJ turned around and won the championship, right? So it didn't matter. I mean,
MJ,
so LeBron can do the same thing. LeBron, the same thing. Win the title. That's all that's going to matter. No one's going to care about those MVPs. They counting his rings. Keep getting rings.
But you know, MJ used stuff for motivation. Like he could literally say, "Okay, you got the MVP.
My God.
I'm the
So LeBron.
What's the difference? He doing the same thing.
Y'all came out and say he don't play defense no more. Now he taking everybody: Jamal Murray, Kawhi, Giannis. Man, that's how you do. When they start yapping and talking crazy, go out there and show him on the court, man. You ain't got to talk about it in the media. He bigger than that.
But that's today though.
Well, that's my
2020. 2020, everybody is transparent now, and especially with this situation. Usually, what does he say? Lockdown, LeBron lockdown, whatever it's called. But he usually doesn't say anything, and just with the climate, he's more vocal. So I don't see anything wrong with that. He expressed.
Well, usually he goes dark
about it.
He goes dark and don't go on social media, none of that for the playoffs. He just goes dark.
That's the best trash can ever.
PG, you had your hand up, man. Let's see. Go on in, man. Let's drop some science on these cats.
Hey, man, I apologize to Sly and Damani and L Boogie because I know y'all love LeBron. LeBron is a heck of a player. But first of all, you can't cry for MVP votes when you're not even the best on your team right now. You're not even.
Are you high?
I'm so silly about that.
Shut up. If you're not leading your team statistically. Anthony Davis is leading your team statistically. So if anybody should have got some MVP votes, it should have been him. You don't go cry like that on national TV.
The two
rebound,
Anthony Davis.
2 rebounds. I don't care. He carries your team from the beginning of this year up until now. LeBron has just started stepping up his game, and quiet as kept. If it wasn't for Anthony Davis right now, they'd probably be sitting down somewhere. Anthony Davis saved them all this playoffs, bro. LeBron ain't doing nothing. You don't cry because nobody else. You should have been advocating. Thank you. Congratulations to Giannis becoming an MVP. There it is. He was crying just like the baby was just crying. That's what he was doing.
Wait a minute.
So what was that AD doing before he got to the Lakers? Because if he's the savior, what was he doing before he got to the Lakers? Because I don't remember him. He can't do anything.
LeBron fans always want to get a way to get him off the hook.
Wait. Let me
hold on, Slide. Let's hear what you got to say.
L Boogie, I got him. The man was absolutely doing nothing to stay hurt every year in New Orleans. I'm so sick of this. Anything just against LeBron, they jump on the back. The idiot up there with the Smokefella white shirt on, he didn't know 24 cried when Nash won. Michael Jordan cried when Karl Malone won. So you need to stop. Anything is always something against LeBron that everybody always want to go against. He has the way. The media say they want athletes to be transparent and show some emotion. The man said, I deserve more than 16 votes. And you know what? He absolutely did. He averaged 28 and 8 last year. I didn't write down his numbers this year, but guess what? He did that at 34. So why don't we stop, man?
So you get mad because somebody don't vote for you?
You just stop, man. He got a right to say. He got a right to give me. Mike did it.
He said he only got 16 votes.
Mike did it.
So what?
Mike
Somebody didn't vote for you.
So he got a right. He got a right to express how he feels.
Like Damani said, he need to be trying to focus on the shit. That's what he need to focus on.
He need to focus on. He can say that.
He is focused on it. He can be both.
He can be both.
Two things. Since you brought up number 24, at the time Nash won it, number 24 was clearly the best player in the league.
He was.
Let's stop that right there. Then y'all so busy taking up for LeBron that you can't even see that he never should have been there. He's on another level. You don't respond to someone, I only got 16 votes. I was pissed off. No, dog. What you do is use that as motivation to say, you know what? Let me go out and get this chip. I'm gonna show y'all I'm still the best player in the league. Like Lucky said, I'm a guard Jamal Murray. I'm gonna show y'all I'm still the best player in the league at 35.
That's what he should do. Right.
Is he not doing that now, though?
I only got 16 votes. I was pissed off.
He was the best player in the world then, but he was in Colorado at the same
best
time.
Player in the world
Only
now.
thing I'm telling you is he was in Colorado at the same time. You know
come on, man.
I'm sick of y'all, man. I'm sick of
Come on, man.
I'm sick of you.
He was
I'm
clearly,
sick of all
he was
y'all
clearly
with that,
the
man.
best player in the league when Nash won that. His peers know it. Everybody in America knows.
No.
Now that ain't never happened. Photoshop.
It look good though.
Photoshop.
It look good though. Hey, Iman, protect yourself at all times.
Right. No, but that was that. But I'm just saying. I mean, he can say what he want to say. For me, a player his stature, his level, man, he a legend, Hall of Famer already, man. He gonna go down. I didn't
Mike did a whole documentary for 10 hours talking about.
I didn't have a show. I didn't have a show when Mike did it. Now I got a show. I didn't have a show when Mike did it.
He had a whole documentary talking about.
I just said the same thing when Mike did it.
Hold on. We got to get some control. Lefty, go ahead.
Hold on. I feel the same way. Hold on, Kev. I feel the same way. Mike, Kobe, anybody. That don't matter because right now, where is the MVP of the league? At home. Got his ass handed to him in the second round?
Yeah, home changing diapers.
But first round. He lost the first round.
Home changing diapers.
Got his ass handed to him. Second round. So take that MVP award. And man, do whatever you want to do with it. That's why I just said LeBron shouldn't even say nothing about it. His response should have been, "Congratulations, MVP. Hope you're enjoying your award while you're watching me go for another chip. Holla back." That's what LeBron should have said.
I would have respected that.
That's what LeBron should have said.
I got one question for Slap, man.
I would have respected that.
We got a question on the panel. Pat, go.
When are you going to buy some LeBron James and stop buying all them mics?
I'll wait. Hey, he gonna dip off the screen.
What you mean?
First of all, you ain't gonna see Sly old ass and no LeBrons. That's era. Like people from our era wear Jordans. That's what it's gonna be. Young folks do it too, but young folks buying LeBrons. They showed the dynamics. Like the younger generation, they wear more LeBrons than we do. So that ain't never. People always use that as a comparison to say somebody's better because it's shoes.
No,
El Boogie, that look like you finna go on a moonwalk.
Because it's shoes.
That look like you finna go on a moonwalk, El Boogie.
That's not what I was saying. I was talking about the LeBron fan over there ain't got nothing that says LeBron.
LeBron's in
nothing. I ain't talking about not a jersey, not a banner hanging on the wall. He ain't got nothing to say LeBron.
Right.
And you got Maul Walker's threes.
But he can do no wrong. Hey, El Boogie, you look like you finna go on Dancing with the Stars.
Hey, look, these people on purpose. I can go work out. I could go dance. I could do a lot. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow.
Hey, and your son had to yell like, "Daddy, don't do it no more. Daddy, take that off.
Stop."
Hey, he got on gray and blue just like Daddy. So yeah, he cowboy for life, or just like Pops.
You set this kid up. Don't set this kid up, man.
Young man like that. Right. Don't raise that young man like that.
Raising him the right way.
Let him have his own identity. Let him put on his own colors.
Right. Matter of fact, send me your address, man. I'm gonna send him some Bears gear, man. Get that kid right.
We might use it for some diapers.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Nobody said nothing about New York Giants.
Hey, Boogie, we've been cool all day. We've been cool all day.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. I gotta punch back. I gotta go punches.
If you want to reference diapers, you talk about the Giants, not the Bears, my man.
Right.
No, he did it right. Because per the usual, don't worry about it.
So, fellas, I need you guys to reload the tanks, get your drinks, relight your smokes, man, because we got to pay some bills right now. So we're about to go take a short break, and when we come back, we talking about NBA news and notes, and we're going to start off with the Chicago Bulls coaching hire.
Slide makes me
we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Paid them bills because we ain't want Kevin turning off the lights.
Somebody just turned his off.
So, as I stated, man, we are coming back to NBA news and notes, and I want to talk about the Chicago Bulls. What up, Bill? Bulls hire Billy Donovan. The organization, Billy, they're excited. I was talking to Sly Dog about this the other day, and I mean, he was on an AM 1000 Sly, and he was super excited, man.
Yeah,
but I mean, we are seeing a dynamic change that we haven't seen within the Bulls organization in such a long time. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on this matter. And Sly, since we talked about it the other day, I'm gonna come to you first.
All right, man. Well, you know what? I think as far as the player development, man, I think Billy Donovan is the best coach to have. I mean, he started losing players to Oklahoma City, man, and he still made it to the playoffs all 5 years, albeit he lost most of them in the first round, but he still made it. I think he's a good hire, man. The Bulls needed it. I think, though, when I heard him on AM 1000, he was talking about, Arturis was talking about, hey, man, if we need you to go help recruit, are you willing to do it? Billy Donovan said, yeah. Billy Donovan, man, it sounded like he left Oklahoma City for the Bulls. Seemed like he walked away from that job to go to the Bulls. So, I think it's a good hire, man. It finally looked like we're going in the right direction, man. And hopefully, man, we can build on our old legacy.
Lucky Lefty, you a diehard Chicago Bulls fan. Speak on it.
I think it was an excellent hire. Excellent. I know a lot of people were upset because people wanted a black head coach, but Billy Donovan was clearly the best coach out there. Period. And the reason for the change is because Paxson didn't make the hire. You finally got somebody in there. I can never pronounce dude's name, but you got somebody in there. This dude helped build this Nuggets team right now that's in the Western Conference Finals. So it's a great move. It's something that we're not used to seeing. I probably not since Thibodeau. I guess when they brought Thibodeau in, there's usually some new coach, was Tim Floyd or somebody like that. Look, Donovan really took an OKC team that lost Kevin Durant, lost Westbrook, and still, made the playoffs every year. Not only made the playoffs, he didn't just get in as no 7th or 8th seed. He was always in that 4 or 5 seed in the West. We always talk about how tough the West is. Those guys played hard for him. They loved playing for him. He wasn't fired. He agreed to leave. They agreed to part ways. He didn't want to go through a rebuild. This is a great move, man. Great move.
He didn't even get a chance to get one unemployment check.
No, and he did. Nobody else ain't interviewed anybody else. So he really wanted the Bulls job, which says a lot too. That says a lot.
KDL, coming from the West, speaking from a Western Conference team, how do you feel about this? Like I said, what was he out a week? Not even a week and a half with no job.
Well, I'm one of those guys Lefty is talking about. This has absolutely nothing. My statement has nothing to do with Billy Donovan. I think he's a good coach. I personally thought he was leaving to go back to college when it was announced he really parted ways. I thought he was going back to college. So this has nothing to do with him. I'm one of those guys that happens to think the Chicago job with the young team, the New Orleans job, should have been the hires of someone that's not recycled, that's less than a week from leaving a job, getting another job. I think your Sam Cassell's, I think your Bickerstaff Juniors, I always forget this dude's name, man. Neil Long's husband. Hell, that's what I call him. They've been paying dues for a while now. They've been sitting on benches, and they tell you this is what you're supposed to do to get some seasoning, so you can be ready when jobs come up. We don't get those opportunities, and I think Byron Scott said it best. Blacks don't get those opportunities. They don't. They don't get to walk in and coach Kevin Durant. They don't get to walk in and coach Kyrie Irving. They get the bottom jobs like Monty Williams got. But Monty Williams making them look foolish because Monty Williams can turn Phoenix around. I think Chicago with a young team, New Orleans, even though they got Zion, it's going to take a minute. I think those are excellent opportunities for the guys that's been paying their dues, sitting on the benches, especially this day and age, that they get those jobs. The Thibodeaus got hired in New York. How many jobs he had? Billy Donovan is less than a week removed from an organization that lost in the playoffs, and he's first up. They didn't even. So you telling me they didn't even get interviews? So what's the sense of paying your dues, bro? I get this is whoever who you know and all that. I get all that. But that's not right to me, man. You can hire who you want as an organization. I get it. But they're not even getting opportunities. They're not even getting an interview. You took a guy that left another team. That's not right to me, man.
So,
but hey, that's just my opinion.
Okay,
Better than the Steve Nash hire.
well, I think your opinion,
that's what I'm saying, though.
I think your opinion on that, Kevin, is really off base to me. Is because first of all, Oklahoma City was his only job. Okay, and you think the Bulls and how they've been looking is a top hire, is one of the top jobs anybody want? I don't really think so. So I think Arturis is his name there. That's what I call him there, Damani. Arturis. I think him hiring Billy Donovan because he was a proven winner for Florida as a player development. And look what he did for OKC this year. That was an excellent hire by the Bulls. First of all, the Bulls wanted to get out of the old mindset when Paxson was there. Is what you talking about, hiring coaches with no coaching experience. The Bulls did that forever. So Arturo trying to change that mentality, which I love. So I ain't got no issues with that.
Again, this has nothing to do with Billy Donovan as a coach. I did not say that. I said it was another blown opportunity for someone that's been paying their dues as a black hire. Someone that's been paying their dues, it was another mixed opportunity because regardless if he only had one job or not, he had one job. So that means you recycle him, giving him another job. So that's my only thing. Hey, organizations got the right to do what they want. I get the mentality where the Bulls are going. I get it. I'm not saying he's a bad hire. What I'm saying, it was a missed opportunity to me. Just like New Orleans is going to be. If you're going to rehire somebody, why you ain't rehire Nate McMillan?
Kevin, even you was the first person.
Every year
you hate the Bulls so bad.
Why you ain't rehire him? Why you rehire him? No,
you hate the Bulls so bad.
Bro, I'm not hating on the Bulls.
Even when they was looking for a GM, you came the same rhetoric. You came out the same rhetoric. Oh, the Bulls ain't gonna hire the Bulls not gonna hire a black GM.
Speaking of proven, Nate McMillan is proven. He's been to the playoffs every year. How come he couldn't get the opportunity?
But hold on. But you're the same guy that said they weren't gonna have no black GM, and they did. So stop.
I did say that.
Enough is enough.
I did say that. So what I'm saying is, since we're recycling, how come you can't recycle Nate McMillan? How you can't recycle Alvin Gentry?
So it's a race thing. But we talking player development. The Bulls got young players that need to be developed.
Right.
Billy Donovan is the best developer out there. He's the best player development.
Exactly. Lefty, keep on with this topic, man, and shut Kev down real quick, man.
I'm not making it racist. I'm saying look at what's gonna happen.
You are making it racist.
Lefty know what I'm talking about because Lefty himself said Billy Donovan was gonna get hired before any other black coach. And a week later, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But no one has a problem with that. No one has a problem.
If he was a trash coach, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Go ahead, PG. PG ain't got to chime in yet.
I'm gonna go in just like Sly kind of said. I don't see it as a race card. Okay, did we have some coaches that should have had a job? Yeah, we got some coaches that should have had a job. But when it comes to the Bulls, Billy Donovan is a hellified coach, and I think it was an excellent thing. When you think of player development. And you go all the way back to Florida. If you look at that team, Florida had a good team, but their team wasn't like
superstar,
the top tier player. But guess what? They bought into the coaching system and they played hard for Billy Donovan. He went to OKC. Yes, when he went to OKC, he had a couple of stars, but them stars left. And what happened? The young players that he got, they still played up to his potential. He got them boys to play hard, play defense, and play the game of basketball the way it should be played, and they still made it to the playoff with what all-star? Chris Paul? You got an Asian all-star, and he still was able to make it. That was a good hire, man. The changing of the guard has changed for Chicago, and I'm happy for it, bro. I'm happy for it. He ain't no Tim Floyd. He ain't that other Jim Boylan or whoever he is.
The Bulls got a bona
fide coach, man.
Bulls got a lot of young players that need developing, marketing. Kobe White, they got a lot of young Wendell Carter and Billy Donovan is proven that he develops players. Players strive under him, level, man.
Bro, so he can do it.
Players thrive under him, man. It's a great hire. Great.
So since we talking about young players, let's get into the finals for each conference. You got the Heat full of young players. Tyrone You got Duncan Robinson, Tyler
that
Hero.
boy Hero. I told you.
You got Bam. Now on the other side, the Celtics, you got some young players that are turning into stars right in front of us, aka Tatum, Brown. Smart is even balling. So, what's your thoughts on this series? Because it looked like it was over. And I've been riding the Heat for a while. Now, I do have a problem with the referees gaming for Boston in the last 2 games. However, this is turning out to be, a hellified series, and I'm hoping that Miami closes it out on Sunday. But I'll let you go in, PG. What's up?
You can forget it. They're not gonna close it out. This is gonna be a Game 7 series. Watch what I tell you.
You said it.
Man, these boys, both these teams got some hellified up-and-coming player. That boy Hero, I watched him, but I didn't watch him. I'm watching him now. That boy is gonna be a stud in this league. He's gonna be great. It's a great battle right now. It's the battle of coaches and will. Who has that will? Who has that energy level? Boston came out this game. They had a little bit more energy. That third game, they didn't have as much energy. They got blowed. They was getting ran off the court. This game, they had a little bit more energy. Next game, Game 6 comes Sunday, Ben. The game going to 7 because what's going to happen is Boston going to come out with that same mentality they had for that third game, and they're going to wind up blowing the Heat out. That's going to take it to the 7th game. It all comes down to that defense. What I'm hating right now about Boston, bro, is Boston play a little lackadaisically. And what happens is for 10 minutes, they'll play strong. And then they'll play real weak when it comes to defense. They stop fighting through picks. They stop switching. And then they start settling for threes instead of going to the hole. Or when they go to the hole, they throw some stupid pass when they get into the paint, which creates turnover. They got to stop their turnover. Marcus Smart has to play smarter than he's doing. Kemba Walker has to be more aggressive. And Jason Tatum plays passive at times. And that pisses me off because that's my man. So
tell us how you really feel, Pat.
He needs to get his life together for real. But on the Heat side,
hey, Kev, he taking
Jimmy
over with
Butler
87
has
points.
to take over, bro.
I was going to say he's just not getting to the Heat.
Jimmy Butler has I'm gonna get to the Heat. I'm gonna get to the Heat. Bam has to be more aggressive.
About me.
Hold on, Bam has to be more aggressive like he was in that last game. Hero has to do, but the team goes as Jimmy Butler goes, bro. When Jimmy Butler don't shoot the ball and he doesn't take charge and you know what I'm saying, try to take over the game, that's when he leaves it up to them. They can't win without Jimmy, bro. Okay, I'm gone.
Slide.
Jesus Christ. Well, let me start out by let me start out by saying, Pat, I fell asleep. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hey, look, Calipari looking like a genius right now. So his recruit level finna go sky high because look at all his players that's playing right now. Y'all know them all. I ain't even got to repeat it. But anyway, hey, look here, man. I love both young teams. Tatum, he won't stop shooting. Mamba mentality. I love him for it. He went 0 in one quarter, 0 in first half, 28 in the other. I got number game for him. I like both young teams, man. I wish it could go 12 games, but we only got 7.
They playing,
Ben, my stick will be ready Game 7.
Yes, it will. Mine too.
Game 7. We going out in 6. Lefty, what's your thoughts on this series, man?
Great series. 2 teams evenly matched. Wouldn't be shocked if Boston came out and won tomorrow and took it 7. I think the Heat have the slight edge as far as 3-point shooting. You got Duncan, the accountant. I call him the accountant. That boy he's not like a basketball player at all. Tyler Hero. I mean, Dragic is still balling. I like Boston, but it was, me and TB always go back and forth about Tatum being a top 5 guy in the league. I just think his consistency. He has to be consistent. It's just, his times where he disappears, or sometimes he don't know, when to kind of step back and let other guys do it, or when to be aggressive. He's still learning, but I think he definitely has a talent. 2 good coaches. They mirror. It's going to be about who plays the hardest with this. But yep. I get a Heat the edge just because of the 3-point shooting. I think the Heat are better, a little better from the outside.
And can I say one thing before you go, Kevin? Damani, I hate your hat.
I hate your back.
I love y'all. I'm all about peace. I'm all about peace today.
Well, okay, so let's move it on a little bit. Let's move it on a little bit. Kev, I want you to. Are you gonna make it quick, man?
I can't answer.
Get him, Kevo.
Pat just gave a sermon, and you gonna ask me that?
Hey, we can't.
You're not gonna give me an answer.
He said
get him, Kevo. Get him.
He said he gave us.
Hey, man. hey, real quick, man. First of all, the series over. First of all, the series is over tomorrow. The only way Boston won that game last night because they went on a run at the beginning of the third quarter, 20-something run, and Miami forgot what they did in the first half. It hadn't been for that, it was their game. And then you let Tatum get going in the third quarter, and all of a sudden they couldn't stop the floodgates. So they was over. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Jimmy Butler needs to be more of a scorer. Dragic, even though Dragic be killing, when he goes haywire, even though he scores, he takes everybody else out the game. So now those shooters don't really get touches. They get them here and there when Jimmy handles the ball. When Dragic handles the ball, he takes everybody out the game. Even though he be killing Kimber, he takes everybody out the game. Jimmy Butler drives, kicks it out. He gives the shooters look. They stopped doing that in the third quarter, and that's how they lost last night. As far as the Western Conference, over with tonight.
We ain't there yet.
Damn,
oh, sorry.
Always jumping ahead, man.
All right, Kev, since we rolling along, Nuggets versus Lakers. Now, I got a problem. I think it's 5-on-8 because the Lakers getting a lot of calls.
Here we go.
It looks bad. It looks bad. Where they having 23 free throws in one quarter. Come on, man. Come on.
You want me to answer that?
No. Slap. What's going on?
Hey man, I guess my boy, man, when they talk to the commissioner and say, hey, look here, I ain't getting enough fouls. Something gotta change. And it did look really suspicious the last game. But anyway, the Lakers are the better team. Let's be honest. I mean, my boy went and showed the Lakers how to play defense on my man. So, hey, look here, man. Lakers all day. It's over tonight. Me and Kev are going to congratulate each other, and we're going to move on. We waiting on the Boston Celtics next.
Wow.
You see that? Lakers free throw attempts, 113. Come on, man.
Denver's 113. It was even.
I'll ask a simple question, Ben.
Aren't you looking at the screen, Bernard?
It's gone now, so I can't see it.
I'll ask a simple question, Ben.
I didn't say put it back up there.
I'll ask a simple question. How many times do you see the Lakers go to the basket out of all the players? And how many times do you see Denver go to the basket? Who shoots the most jump shots?
Well, for me, I'll chime in. So for me, I think one of the issues when you start talking about not getting foul calls, LeBron needs to be aggressive like he was last game. Like go to the hole. When the Lakers get jump shot happy,
thanks, Joe. When the
Lakers get jump shot happy, of course they're not gonna get calls. I'm just saying when you jump shot happy, you're not gonna get called. AD and LeBron need to just attack. They got nobody who can guard them. Just attack them.
Nobody.
Nobody at all. Denver has no choice. Jokic is not a defender. You can get him in foul trouble every game. Every single game.
But at least Joker takes it like Joker. It's slow, but at least Joker really takes the ball to the basket a little bit, right? He gets in there. Murray drives occasionally. Everybody else is shooting jump shots.
Let me tell you about Joker. Joker got great footwork on offense, but horrible footwork on defense.
Horrible. It ain't horrible. He just can't move. He ain't athletic. How you gonna keep up?
My point exactly.
He tried.
At the beginning of the last game, AD figured that out and came out killing him.
AD got to get more than 2 rebounds. He's not helping us neither.
Exactly. You got to be aggressive. But the White House.
I'm scared to come to you. I'm scared to come to you, Pat, because you might go on to 87.
I promise you, I'm not.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
We don't got no time for no long soliloquy.
No.
Let's go.
If you be quiet, I can go ahead and get to my point, man.
Oh God.
Joy just said it, man. Joy just said it, bro. The the refs is horrible in the bubble. We already know that. But on that last game, it proved just how horrible they was, bro. When Murray went down and LeBron switched on him, bro, there was several fouls on LeBron they did not call. And I don't care what neither one of you Lakers players say.
Those are facts. And that's about basketball. That ain't about hating the Lakers. That is not about hating the Lakers.
No, I hear you too.
When you playing defense and you're sliding baseline, you do not call a foul on somebody else when you clearly putting your arm out, pushing somebody. Bro, the ref favor the Lakers and they favoring LeBron. I'm done.
Oh, wow.
So now the only way the Lakers win is the ref?
You got to be hot.
And they only lost
two. I didn't say that. What I'm saying, if you're going to be consistent, bro.
But
don't
the refs
haven't for the Lakers that don't.
The refs haven't been consistent all bubble.
Dude,
the refs haven't
been consistent.
But that inconsistency is costing vital games for teams, bro. Kyler, when Murray went down to that hole, it was 3 times LeBron was sticking him, and he fouled him 3 times, bro. They did not call it.
Oh, he fouled him every single time.
That's not being consistent.
So a team that's only lost 3 playoff games, the only way they can win is the refs? Is that what we're saying here?
Hey,
no,
the
that's not what
refs
I'm saying.
stay at an entirely different hotel, and they got security posted outside the refs.
So now it's the refs. So if it weren't for the refs, Denver would be winning the series right now, even though they down 3-1.
No. Ain't nobody saying that.
I didn't say that.
What we talking about? What we talking about?
I didn't say that. I said when you're going down in the stretch of a game, you have to be consistent. You can't be calling stuff that you was calling. You can't call that, man. Sometimes you got to swallow your whistles, and they're not doing that, bro. They need to call certain stuff, Kev, and you know it.
These same refs called a game-winning call on the MVP of the league. These same refs. So the bubble has been terrible throughout, not just the Lakers series.
And I'm not saying.
So let's stop this.
I said that. That was the first thing I said.
Please read that.
Please read Landy's comment. He got
right.
Getty, I hate you completely.
Hey, listen.
Read this one.
So El Boogie had to drop off. He had to take care of some daddy duties. So he said, "Why didn't the refs favor the Clips since everybody wanted to see them and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals?"
Great question.
That's hard. That's hard.
Since we talking about favor,
what you got to say about that, PG playoff P?
Well, first of all, when you got your last game online, it's gonna keep you going to the next game, and you getting blowed out by over 12 points. I don't care what the refs call. You got to play some defense. You got to show up and you got to shoot the ball and put the ball in the hoop. The Clippers never.
Well, maybe the Clippers should have been more aggressive with Murray. Maybe they should have been more aggressive with Murray. Put a little body on. They should have been more aggressive with him. That's the right way. That's the right way to do.
They were shooting like crap.
What? You ain't shooting like crap and playing defense. 2 totally different things.
And you're right. But when you're playing defense and you foul somebody, they need to call it. I don't care if you're LeBron or Giannis.
The Clippers kind of softened up their defense after Morris got caught doing some reckless things. So that kind of softened them
up. The
up.
difference is the Clippers let Murray go 1-on-1. The Lakers are not.
Right. I give you that, Kev. They are bringing a second man in on defense.
Yeah, they have stepped in,
making him earn his buckets.
And no one is giving Vogel credit for the defensive adjustments he's making and adjustments he's made throughout the playoffs. I think Vogel and that coaching staff is doing a great job.
Yeah, they are, because
starting Dwight Howard was the right move.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Damani, Lefty, I agree with you on that, because he made some great adjustments, and Murray has had to hit some like amazing shots throughout the course of the game, man, because they send the kitchen sink at him, man, and he's been amazing at the shots that he hit, and these are not normal shots that anybody is gonna make. But they sending everything but the kitchen sink.
And the other thing is, like the Lakers, and we don't give credit for defense and NBA like we should. But defensively, man, the Lakers they've been great defensively all playoffs, man. Caruso, Rondo.
Yeah, they have.
Man, they locking down. They get
a lot of steals. They get a lot of deflections.
They locking down. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Lakers.
Hey, remember?
Hey, KDL, Rondo headline just like yours and Damani's.
I ain't had a headline in 20 years.
Exactly.
Hey, hold on, man.
Hey,
what you saying, man?
He need to cut that hair off, is what I'm saying.
Hey,
it does look absolutely ridiculous.
That fro was terrible.
Remember when the playoffs started out, the first thing everybody kept talking about was the Lakers guard. These boys been playing defense. Caruso been playing defense, boy.
Without Avery Bradley, yeah.
But Rondo helps out.
Hey, Ben.
Rondo Ben.
You moving in slow motion. What's
wrong?
Yeah. Like, Hey, everybody, shake your head at him.
Okay.
Hey, one more thing, man. That's Damani. When you go back to coaching,
that prison picture.
When you go back to coaching, Damani, that's one thing I got. That's one knock I got against Brad Stevenson right now. He been making some bad coaching decisions. That boy Williamson, he keep leaving my man in. But Williamson, he come off there. That center they got, he come off that bench, it'd be a whole different look because he got a lot more energy, man. And he keep taking them out. He need to leave him in there a little bit more, bro.
I agree with you.
Nah, Pat, I'll give you that. But he keep putting Cantor in there because Cantor can score, but he don't play no defense. But that Williams, though, got him through the first 2 rounds.
Exactly. So that's why I say he need to put him in there more, man.
So, fellas, we're going to continue to talk about the playoffs next week because a lot is going to go down between now and next Saturday. But I want to it's time for What's Your Fantasy? We're going to talk fantasy football. And we got our special guest, my man Danny D. He got that terrible towel in backstage because he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So Danny D and Sly Dog is about to give us our fantasy discussion for the day.
I got Pittsburgh defense.
So Danny D, come on in, Danny D.
Y'all see
all right. Check it out.
I know you see it.
Come on, Danny.
What's going on?
What up, Danny? What up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
All right. Danny is a long-time friend of the SmokeFellas, man. He's been down with us for a long time. Him and Lucky Lefty go way back. So myself, Lefty, KDL, and Pat, we're going to drop off, and we're going to let Danny D and Sly Dog give us our fantasy love.
Give it to him. Give it to him, Danny.
All righty.
All right, here we go. Hey, Danny D, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, Danny D, I got a question, man.
Yep.
We're gonna start with our stardom or sitter.
Okay.
I'm gonna start out with running back Todd Gurley. How you think you're gonna do, man, against my Bears defense, man? Should we start him? Should we sit him?
I mean, listen, man. I know the money them they gonna get on me, man. You know, but I'm starting Todd Gurley. I'm sorry. I just think you starting all your Atlanta Falcons, man. Let me be honest with you.
Okay.
You start all your Atlanta Falcons. You starting Todd Gurley, Ridley, Ryan. You starting them all, man. Gurley's gonna run right out.
My defense.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. They not that good. They not. Let's just be honest. They not. And they playing in Atlanta. They playing in Atlanta, right? They not here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Start them.
So
start them.
Wow. Even Julio, he hurt. Oh man. Well, you know what?
I mean, Julio always hurt though. He always hurt. Let's be honest. You know, and I mean, I'm not a Kyle Fuller believer, man. You believe in Kyle Fuller? I don't. You know, he's having a pretty good year. I give him that. You know, so far. But Julio, you better watch out for Ridley and Russell Gage. That's who. I mean, start all your Atlanta Falcons, man. I'm sorry. They're gonna run out with them boys.
All right, cool. Well, then, okay. Well, let's go here. Then let's keep the wide. Let me go to this wide receiver. How you think about that Stephon Diggs against that Buffalo defense?
Ooh, Diggs, man. You know,
no, I'm sorry.
Playing the Rams, right?
Stephon Diggs playing the Rams. Start against the Rams. And don't forget now, bro. He got Jalen Ramsey on him.
That was just going to say that. You know, if he goes into the slot, Jalen Ramsey might not shadow him. But as long as he's on the outside, Jalen Ramsey gonna be all over him, man, like white on rice. Who not starting Stephon Diggs? You ain't really have a choice. You drafting him in what, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, somewhere up in there, depending on how much you love him. Been. Right. Yeah, you got to start Stephon Diggs, man. You can't sit him, especially after the week he had last week. You got to start Stephon.
Even against Ramsey and all the money he just got.
You gonna play? Who else you gonna play?
Man,
Who you gonna replace him with?
Boy, you ain't said nobody. So that star girl and
No,
star Ramsey.
but who you gonna replace him with?
Well, that's true. I'm just,
You
but
know,
depends on who they got him on their team, though.
I mean, but if you got Stephon Diggs, you're what? At very least, your wide receiver 2. Can you really afford to sit your wide receiver 2?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, Ramsey can be beat. He can be beat. You know, that play against Gallup, man. You know, I know it was a little push off offensive pass interference, but he got beat. You know, whatever. So he can be beat.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you starting Diggs. All right. What you think about Ryan Tannehill against Minnesota? And I know that they gave up a lot of points the last 2 games. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But do you think you can start Tannehill against Minnesota? They got to bounce back sometime.
I mean, yeah, they do. But the way Tannehill been playing, again, I ain't sitting Tannehill until he showed me that he the old Tannehill. This is a new Tannehill in Tennessee. This is a brand new Tannehill. This ain't Miami Tannehill. You know, this Tannehill in Tennessee been fantasy relevant, man. So, I mean, that boy had a game last week, man. You know, he almost beat me in one of my leagues, man. So, I got to start him in Minnesota. Their defense just ain't the same no more, man. You know, they play Minnesota, right? They might get back on track.
But don't forget they got them 2 rookie corners on the ends. You know, they got to start them.
So they're just not the same. They're not the same. I mean, I think they like the number 2 against defense, giving up the most points in the league this year, Minnesota. So I mean, everybody running and throwing on them, man. I mean, you got to start Tannehill. I don't want to start everybody you say, man, but you can have some good choices.
Well, I wanted to give you this because I know my boy want to hear this. Oh, KDL 33. What you think about Evan Ingram against the Niners? And they depleted everywhere.
Well, the Niners, man, the Niners got injuries everywhere.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Ingram ain't showed me nothing yet this year. You know, for one. For 2, that offensive line is horrible in New York. It's terrible. You know, now you got Barkley out. I mean, you got Sterling Shepard out. So the good thing about it, gonna get peppered with targets. You know, so maybe, you know, because him and Slayton gonna get peppered with targets now that, you know, your 2 heavy hitters are going down. So I mean, if you in a pinch, I mean, I think do you really, I mean, who else you starting instead of Ingram unless you got Waller, Kittle is out, you know, Kelsey, Ertz, you know.
Some people gonna be forced to start him this week. Depending on what they got Kittle.
I think he's gonna get a lot of targets. He might have a breakout game. I wouldn't be confident about it though. I wouldn't be too confident about Ron Ingram. Not this week.
Yeah, well, I had already did this one on Thursday, but I'm gonna let this one go because this one I already know this one. What you think, man, about the tight end now, man, who really getting all the targets in Washington over Reed? What you think about Logan Thomas, man, against the Broncos this week? Yeah, he got the second most targets on the team. A lot of people slept on the bench. He been on waiver wire forever. A lot of people sleeping on him. So that was my bonus question. What you think?
Well, I picked up Thomas in almost all my leagues, man. Yeah, because we had the reports that Haskins loved him. You know, have a really good rapport. You know, and training camp and things like that. And he has been getting target heavily. You know what he got, like 17 targets in 2 games. So
something like that. Yeah, you got to say he's second most targets on the team.
Right. You know, so I mean, tight end premium leagues, you definitely start them. There's no ifs, ands, buts. Exactly. You know, and I mean, with the tight end position the way it is, I mean, anybody getting them type of targets, 8-9 targets a game, you got to start them at that position, man. You just have no choice, man. So he's a starter. I'm starting.
And before we go, what you think about Phillip Rivers against the Jets?
I mean, it's the Jets, man. It's the Jets. You're starting everybody.
For personal reasons, I just hopefully you say not starting them. Somebody change their mind. But
no, I mean,
I guess
you have to start you starting everybody against the Jets, bro. It's the Jets, man. They horrible, man. You starting everybody against them, bro. So
basically, you just said start everybody this week. Don't sit nobody.
I mean, you have some good choices.
We'll see about the ones next week.
I mean, you have some really good players, man. I'm starting them.
Oh
man.
man,
Good
God,
focus, man.
Oh, wow.
Come on, that's how you
Is that Sticks?
oh,
Hey, Ben, was that Sticks?
Hey, Danny, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
That's how y'all do.
Welcome to the
Way
show.
to welcome somebody. Oh, I got
Protect yourself at all times.
Hey, Danny,
Hey.
I got to give it to you, man, because I got the Steelers defense on my fantasy league, man. They've been doing pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
hey, Danny.
What's up,
I'm
man?
gonna piggyback off that Atlanta game. I so happen to have Matt Ryan. I so happen to have Ridley. I am starting them both against the Bears because they are in the dome.
Of course you are.
Exactly. Start all your Falcons.
They're in the dome, baby.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't agree with Gurley though, man. I don't agree with Gurley though.
You know
I
what?
don't
You know why
either.
I say start Gurley? Because they're gonna be on their goal line. When they get to that goal line, they're gonna stuff him in. He gonna have a couple touchdowns. I see. You know
They
what I'm
might
saying?
ain't make it to the goal line.
They averaging 30 points a game, brother.
Because
They can't
Gurley didn't do nothing against the Bears before his arthritic knee kicked in.
Facts.
So,
Come on,
Start
man.
everybody against the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, but Atlanta ain't, you know what I'm saying, the Rams either. You know, the Rams was good, make no mistake about it. But in that dome, Atlanta a different animal, man, especially this year.
They can
man.
score.
You know, they score with anybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But hey Ben, I've seen that you gonna start Tannehill over Breeze. Good luck.
Hey, listen. I might do that too, man. Like Breeze ain't, man. Listen, I don't want to be the person to say this, man, but this the beginning of the end for Drew Brees, man. Have y'all seen that? He ain't the same no more, man. I'm starting Tannehill over Breeze too.
But eventually,
Well, I will say this.
Breeze ain't gonna be like that all
hey
year.
Ben,
So
your mic
it's time
mute.
for him to have that breakout game, bro. Breeze gonna have a good game.
Well, I tell
thought,
you this,
Danny,
Michael Thomas makes a difference, man. When you
He
don't have
does.
Michael Thomas, you look a lot different.
and
Number one.
who's looking the oldest at 40? Breeze or Brady?
Man,
You know,
that's a good question.
Breeze.
I'm gonna go with Breeze.
Clearly.
I'm gonna go with Breeze, and here's why. Breeze been in that system forever, right? Brady only played 2 games with these boys, so he still got time to show us more. You know, that's the only reason I say that. But both of them look terrible to me, in my opinion. They both look terrible. I'm not,
Bro.
you know, I got Breeze. I'm sitting them this week. Man. I'm sitting them.
Hey, Danny, would you
right
agree
with
with
you.
this? Hey, Danny, even though he's been in that system a long time and Michael Thomas is not there, he still got Emmanuel Sanders. He's not even attempting to throw the ball down the field.
He can't get
He's
open.
not even attempting.
Emmanuel Sanders can't get open.
But he
Right,
threw the ball down the
right.
field to Thomas.
He don't even.
Like he's not even attempting to throw the ball. Did y'all watch that Raider game?
Yep.
It was all this short. Like he wasn't even attempting to throw the ball down there. Like this, all he knows his arm can't do it. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I
For
don't
me, I don't think it's his arm that can't do it. If they not getting separation, you know he ain't gonna throw it out there and just get interceptions or that's not Breeze ways.
Well,
If
also,
they can't get separation,
also, the interior of the Saints offensive line, which is usually their strength, it don't look the same. And Breeze being a short quarterback, not being able to scramble, he don't have that clean pocket that he used to have either. I noticed that in that Raiders game. That Raiders game, that pocket wasn't clean for him.
They exposed it.
It was not clean.
yeah, he was running around. And my man, Sweets, he just went off. Sweets said, if you look like trash against the Raiders, you trash for real.
Wow.
I don't know, man. The Raiders look good so far.
Man, the Raiders ain't bad, man. Raiders ain't a bad team, man.
No.
They look good so far.
Raiders look good, man. That's not a bad team. The Raiders won me $200 last week, so I'm good.
Dude.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
watch that game.
the Raiders are tight end and running back happy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
shut that down.
That's
You
it.
shut that down.
Sometimes
down the tight
sometimes
end.
that's all you need.
Where they
Sometimes
at?
that's all you need.
And both of
Sometimes
them
that's all you need.
Slide. I hear that Waller.
Yeah,
dude.
Darren
He can't
Waller
run
hurt.
nowhere.
My Raiders can't stop a nosebleed on defense.
Your phone system is just like the
They can't
Raiders.
stop nobody.
Ivan, please hit me with that trash can right now, because that's how your phone system is.
Wow.
There it is. Thank you. You're trash.
Wow. Can you see me now? Hey, Pat, can you hear me right now, Pat?
You froze.
I can hear you.
I am froze.
There you go. That's Sly Twin. That's Sly Twin right there. Antonio Brown.
My boy. We so miss
Danny D, man. I appreciate you popping in on the show, man, to speak fantasy football, because we know you a diehard fantasy. You should have got into the SmokeFellas League, but that's another story. We'll talk about that later.
Because y'all didn't want me to win. That's what it was.
Huh? Hey, whoa, Daddy. Daddy, I'm the champ. I'm the champ, Daddy. So be careful.
Hey, listen. I tell you what, man. You make sure that invite come to me for 2021, and I'm looking for you, Sly. I'm coming for you. I'm for your head.
I love it.
Hey, I got a question for Daddy.
Fix on it, and you know, I don't smoke cheap either. You know, it ain't them saying. I'm just telling you. You know, so I'm coming for you now.
Hey, Daddy, you pick your own team, right?
Yeah, leave me a slot open next year, man. I'm coming.
Hey, Danny, do you pick your own team?
Yeah, Danny get out of this.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
let's put Danny in there so he can pick his team, and we don't have to worry about nobody auto draft.
I won't bow more.
I love it.
Well,
man, I thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate it,
man. So all the fans out there, we will be doing this every week, where Danny will come on and discuss fantasy. Smoke 'em or cut 'em. That's what we're gonna call that segment. Smoke 'em or cut 'em. Either you're gonna play them or you're gonna let them ride the bench. Him, Danny D and Sly will piggyback off this. If Sly's not here, one of the fellas will take over that slot, and we'll be talking fantasy football like no other. We got to pay some bills out here, so we're going to break.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, we still in NFL football, and why wouldn't we recap the Bears Giants game?
Oh yeah,
for my man KDL. You know, I will say it wasn't a pretty game to watch, for the fact that the two big injuries for the Giants. You know, we put some smoke in the air for those individuals, but a win is a win, right, KDL?
Win is a win, bro.
But I understand that you feeling a little, you know, because matter of fact, it's payday for you this weekend. So
yes, it is.
Luckily, you and I broke even on that BS Laker game the other night. So you off the hook with me, buddy. So you off the hook, but the rest of this panel, Get them sticks, baby.
He owed me
Lefty.
2 of them.
I will be paying those. I will be paying those gradually out, but they will be paid.
Lefty, recap the Bears game for me, man. How did you feel about that game?
Man, once again, a tale of two halves, man. The Bears, you have to put a full game together. And it's even though you 2-0, it's not a good feeling 2-0 as a Bears fan. You know, you still kind of just don't know if this team is good, if they lucky, if they really bad. We really don't know. I was expecting much more from the offense. Honestly, even with whether it was Foles or Trubisky, I was expecting a little more. Nagy still tends to get too cute at times. I don't think the defense is aggressive enough. Hopefully, you know, without a preseason and all this, they kind of building up to, you know, to kind of get on a run. I'm very interested in tomorrow's game. But yeah, it was a tale of two halves, man. The Giants, you know, going up 17-0, you thought it was going to be a blowout. Saquon got hurt. It was a Shepard. Shepard got hurt too, right?
Yeah, Shepard.
Yeah, when your top receiver, running back get hurt, man, I was really hoping, and not just because it's Kev's team, but I wanted to see like a 31-3 type win in that game, man. I really did. For it to come down to that last drive and they had to make a big stop, I was a little disappointed. But hey, like you said, a win is a win, but it's not a great feeling 2-0. It's not.
Well, normally, Kev, I would let you go last, but I'm gonna come to you right now. What was your thoughts on the game? What was your thoughts?
It was devastating to start the year, per the usual. Second game of the year, you lose your running back. Shepard is not gone for the year, but he probably will be weeks. It just happens that way to my team every single year. But that's neither here nor there. It's football. Injuries happen. I was disappointed how we started the game. I thought we could score on the Bears because I watched Detroit do it. So I figured we could score on the Bears. They got the better defense, but I thought we could score a little bit more. When it was 17-0 now, second half, like Lefty said, Giants stepped up the defense. Even though I think it was pass interference on the very last play of the game, but it's okay. We ended up losing. Never should have been in that predicament to begin with, so I can't blame it. I think our offensive line is terrible. However, I think we will beat San Francisco this week. No one is going to pick it, but I think we will beat San Francisco this week because it'll come down to Slayton and Ingram. Slide like you said earlier. It'll come down to Ingram.
Now, you do understand San Francisco's defense is still there.
Not really.
They lost a lot
of people, bro. Yeah, they've lost. You can check their injury report. They lost a lot. Some of them for the year. They've lost a lot of people, man. So we got a shot this weekend at home. We'll see. But I think we should have beat the Bears. Y'all going to disagree with this. I think our momentum in the second half, a little more time. We're going in that end zone. Too bad he didn't take a shot to the end zone and kept trying to, that little dating. I mean, he was moving the ball down the field. But sometimes you got to just throw it in the end zone. Just to keep it.
Hate to cut you off, but can I get that bet back? Because I got the 49ers over the Giants.
Let me think on that.
Oh, let him think on it. On that, we are national now, man. We national.
I didn't say I was gonna bet on it. I said I'm picking.
That sounds like a scared man. PG, talk to the scared man for a minute.
Oh man, I'm not even. You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing about this team. I'm just gonna focus on my team, as Damani said. Being a Bears fan, man, it is still a little disappointing right now because you're looking for a lot more out of our team, especially the offense. This being Mitch's proven year, you got to put up or shut up. I'm looking for the offense to do a lot more, but they're still not doing the things I want to see. I want to see them run the ball a little bit more. Open up the defenses, then you can try to throw the ball downfield. Them little across the middle routes and the play actions, those are not working. And they're still putting too much pressure on the defense. The defense is a good defense, but every defense is going to break down if they're always out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the Bears defense, they got a good defense, but it's not looking like the stellar defense that we used to. And I need them to start moving the ball more so we see our defense play like they should be playing, man.
What's up, Sly?
Hey, man, I really didn't get a chance to watch the game, but I heard a little bit about it, man. I mean, the Bears kind of slacked off in the second half. But I'm gonna tell you this, and you mark my word, Trubisky is better than Daniel Jones. But that's neither here nor there.
The eye test shows you that.
The Chicago Bears will beat Atlanta, and the Giants will beat the 49ers because I picked them both this week.
Hey, Kev, this comment out here for you, man.
Scared man can't work midnights. Damn.
Those are facts, Joey.
Hey, Joey, I said I'm picking them. I said I didn't want to bet on them. I bet on them last week, and it got me out of sticks. So I can't bet on them like that. But you
can't double down, huh?
Hey,
you got to see something first.
I'm gonna tell you that 49ers Giants game though, man. I was a little torn, but it's injuries on both sides. It's injuries on both sides. It's injuries on both sides. I was this close to taking the Giants, but I've
seen some of your picks. I've seen some of your picks, Damani. You will be under 500 this week.
No.
Oh wow.
We're gonna come to that in a minute, man. But week two was very crucial as far as teams with injuries. You know, you had McCaffrey for the Panthers go down. We already talked about Saquon and Shep, Bosa, and let's talk about Tyrod Taylor.
That's terrible.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
He gets his lung punctured by the team doctor right before the game.
Man. They got to investigate the game.
Who was their team doctor? Conrad Murray? Damn. What are you doing, man?
I read a few stories where I guess they working out some financial settlement for him, so it won't be a lawsuit and all of that, man. But I can't see a lawsuit not coming out on this, man.
We talked about
this. The man lungs, man.
Yeah. We talked about this, man.
Go ahead, PG.
Hey, man, we talked about this, man. It's terrible on so many levels, dude. I had a collapsed lung before, so I know how it feels. So if he punctured the man's lung, man, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. It wasn't something that he felt right away because you already given him a cortisone shot. So he didn't feel that right away. It had to be during that warm-up that he started feeling out of breath and realized something ain't wrong, and they went back in there and looked at his lung and noticed that it was punctured, bro. Because when it happened, it took mine collapsed. It took me like almost a week and a half before I really knew something was wrong to mine. Now he punched him with a needle. You as a physician, you know how far you should be going in to get somebody a steroid shot.
Facts.
What did he do? Take the knife. I mean, take the needle like. Ugh.
Hey, Tyrod was like, man, hurry up, man. I got to get out the warm-ups. He's like, all right, lay down.
That's terrible, man.
It is something wrong with that picture. I understand mistakes happen. I understand things happen in life. When you puncture a dude's lung, and it can be the first shot he's given a person, being a trained professional. Something is wrong with that picture. That's all I'm going to say.
Dr. Kevorkian or something. I don't know who the hell is his name.
Wrong with that, bro.
Now,
you are a trained professional.
Sly, you and I talked about Tyrod, man, and his history, man. Go ahead and speak on it, man. Speak on it.
Man, Tyrod just got bad luck, man. Think about it, man. He got drafted in Baltimore. He lost. He got drafted in Baltimore. Never could get off the bench. Went to Buffalo. Played ball. Went to the Pro Bowl. They drafted another quarterback. Go to Cleveland. He played one game. They start my man there now.
Baker.
Then he go to the Chargers and the man completely, instead of hitting his ribs, punch him in the lungs. So
what Tyrod
got bad luck.
And then they saying the rookie should now start. Like they just seen enough in one game to say he should be the starting quarterback.
So now,
you can't sit him. I mean, he had a good game last week. He was a
man. You don't lose your job because of in that training.
Kev, it was inevitable. Herbert, however you pronounce his name,
Herbert.
he was gonna be. He was the quarterback of the future anyway.
Not in game two,
but
quarterbacks don't sit that long.
Damani, but you said it, Damani.
It was gonna happen.
What you said it though.
It's
he's liable not to see the field no more because of how Herbert came out and played, bro. Herbert came out and played that first game, lights out.
You don't lose your job.
Get it now because he lost that job, Kev.
You don't lose your job.
He lost that job, bro.
First of all, you don't lose your job because of the in-up trainer. And if that's the case, then you never should have started Tyrod Taylor anyway. You should have started the
But
quarterback.
the same thing happened to Tyrod.
If he loses his job because of that and they deem him healthy, that's highway robbery.
But the same thing happened to him in Cleveland.
That's bull,
he
man.
Had one
That's
bad
bull.
game.
That's
he had
bull.
one bad game in Cleveland. The first game, he had one bad game, and they already was calling for Baker.
So, Kev,
Tyrod just got a string of bad luck, man.
Kev, let's
bro, he didn't have a bad game. The man got hurt by his trainer, and you gonna take his job?
Right. Let's go to the coaching. Let's go to the coaching aspect, Kev. Tyrod Taylor has a punctured lung. So a punctured lung is going to take him at least 2 to 3 weeks before his lungs heal and before he's able to play again. So you got hurt out there, and now you got you on a roll. You going with the hot hand. So what do? You take the hot hand out and you put Tyrod Taylor back in there? No, you do not. You roll with that hot hand till that hot hand ain't hot no more, bro. And he may not see the field again, bro.
Excuse me, Chicago. Rex Grossman gets hurt. Rex Grossman gets healthy. Bears win 11 games. Guess who was back in the lineup? So we can stop with that. Let's stop.
Hey, why you bringing up old stuff, man? I'm gonna take you off screen. I'm gonna take you off screen, bro. I'm gonna take you off screen.
See, when you take a quarterback in the first round,
nobody had nothing to say about that.
Ken, when you take a quarterback in the first round, you know that the GM is his job. He's putting his job on the line. The first round quarterback's gonna always have an advantage. That's just football. I mean, Tyrod Taylor his career is going to be. He's going to be a transition quarterback. Yep. He can kind of hold it down until the guys ready. That's what it's going to be, man.
So check it out, my man. Our producer, he got a little. He got some problems with you, Kev. So he about to come on in.
Come on in. And, there he is.
Take you on mute.
I got no problems with Kevin. The truth, Kyle Orton should have been starting that Super Bowl.
Facts.
Those are facts.
Kyle Orton should have been starting that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Cedric Benson should have never touched a football in that Super Bowl. Period. The two players that really truthfully cost you in the end, Rex Grossman and Cedric Benson. Why weren't Kyle Orton and Thomas Jones, probably the most underrated running back in Chicago Bears history?
Yes, he is.
The guy was a monster. He did everything we asked of him to do and more. So I think Kevin is fine. I think you're spot on. I just wanted to say that.
Well, that's all. You got to put that on Ron Turner too, though. If you want to talk history.
I ain't mad at Thomas Jones right now because he's on P Valley.
Ain't no brand in the paint.
But y'all skipping the point. Dude had 11 wins, Kyle Orton. When Rex Grossman, who did not lose his job because he was injured, he became healthy. He was put back in the lineup.
Wait. First of all,
how come that's okay?
Hold on. I think we confusing the years. The year prior, Kyle Orton had 11 wins, and they put Grossman back in, and they lost to the Panthers.
That's right.
Super Bowl year, Grossman was the quarterback all year. Grossman was the quarterback all year.
But to my point is, I always thought it should have been Kyle Orton. You had Kyle got drafted first. He played like he knew all the players. Yes, he did. Kyle Orton didn't get drafted first.
No. What I'm saying is the money. I think you're wrong because they kept asking Lovie Smith all up to that Super Bowl who was going to play.
The years were confused. It was when they lost to the Panthers in the playoffs. They put Grossman back in. That was the year Orton won all those games. Grossman played the whole year, the Super Bowl year.
Oh, you mean when Steve Smith had 200 plus yards on us receiving?
Remember they started Grossman over Orton that year, and Orton had won his 11 games.
But it always should have. I always thought it should have always been Orton because look, like I said, Grossman was cool. He had a huge arm. We had Bernard Berry and just running streaks. Yep. But in the Super Bowl, they figured that out. You can't just run streaks. You know what I'm saying? Rex Grossman had baby hands. He couldn't hold on to the football in the slot. He couldn't hold on to the football in the wet. And that's what happened. Kyle Orton would have protected the football and would have just dinked and dunked and Trent Dilfer their asses to a Super Bowl.
We say baby hands.
But are you gonna pull your starting quarterback that you got to the Super Bowl with or a backup? I don't see that happening.
A proven backup.
When does that ever happen though?
But this is two different things though. This is two different things. If y'all saying this dude is better than Tyrod Taylor, and I get he's gonna play eventually, Damani, I get it. But then if that's the case, if you're waiting for the first opportunity to take him out, to put him in, particularly because a dude got hurt and didn't lose his job, His play didn't say he's not starting.
That's the NFL, Kev. That's
How did
All right, fellas.
How did Tom Brady
Okay,
start?
That ain't right, man.
All right, fellas. We got the picks for the week. We got our picks up. So
I don't know the name. Who is who though? I can't see.
You put on some glasses, you can see.
Put on some glasses, you can see.
Hey,
Man.
But no,
and
my
turn some
screen,
lights on in your damn basement.
in my screen,
Right.
my screen is not showing who picks or who's though.
Yeah,
I
your
can tell,
phone
man.
is.
Right. Okay.
I'm all the way to the
So
left.
that first column is KDL. The second column is Lefty. You the middle column, Sly Dog. PG,
I'm fourth.
and then I'm last.
Well, I should be in first place. I don't know why I'm. Well, you got number one next to me, but I should be on the top. But no,
Yeah. Lefty, you number one right now.
Only
At
for now.
27 and 5.
I'm gonna stay there.
Sly Dog, you and I are tied for 2, 25 and 7.
Me and Damani got the same picks, except he picked the Saints.
Well,
No.
check this out. Check this out, man. I did highlight a few games that should be on your radar, man. The 49ers and the Giants, that's going to make or break somebody. That Lions Cards, we pretty much even, but I think that's a game where the Lions might show up. Cowboys and Seahawks, that's my game of the week.
Oh yeah.
That's my game of the week. Because
We all picked the same team, though.
we all picked the same week, but that's a game that I really want to see and see if the Cowboys can build off that fourth quarter. And now the Chiefs and Ravens. All y'all selected the Ravens. I selected the Chiefs. Now, for the record, I went 15 and 1 last week.
No.
I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let that sit.
And let it sit forever. How about that?
So, Ivan, you can take that down. So
I love the Chiefs, but not this week. Not this week. Not with that Ravens defense, man.
hey,
He
I'm-
0-2 against him, Kevin.
Hey, man.
I think
Not
I
with that
think
defense.
I think the sleeper game though is that Packers Saints game.
Yep.
Yo,
yeah,
That's a sleeper
yeah.
game. That's
But
a
you know,
sleeper game.
I agree with you. But the fact that they don't have Michael Thomas and Emmanuel can't get separation, man. I'm really, really disappointed in the Saints this year. I am.
They
I am
won
too,
and
Al.
won. They 1-1. How you disappoint them?
I'm just saying, man. They just don't
That's
look.
not the same
But
offense.
you said it earlier. This has been the same offense, man. The same squad. You might have changed a piece here and there, but they should be more dynamic than what they. You know what they playing like? They playing like they play in every year in the playoffs.
The Saints don't have the Saints got a that's a tough schedule.
So maybe this is a turnaround for them where they gonna play bad and then heat up in the end and actually win in the playoffs.
Well, you had the Tom Brady Bucks first. Then you get the Raiders, who I know we get on Sly and Gandhi all the time, but the Raiders. That's a good team, man. That's a good football team.
They up and coming, bro.
They didn't have. It wasn't no cakewalk. The Saints got a tough schedule.
I'm waiting for the Raiders' wheels to fall off as they always do.
I don't think so. I think the Raiders got a good young squad, man. They took advantage of those draft picks they got for Cooper and Mack and Gruden. As much as I can't stand Chucky, hey, they did it. It's a solid job so far, man.
Chucky is who we thought he is.
You can't look at that Raiders team and say.
Remember, I said it. Gandy,
The reason why y'all think this is a big game is because you want to see if Drew Brees cannot throw the ball downfield, let alone attempt to, and he looks old and gets old right before our very eyes, and Aaron Rodgers goes out there and lights it up in that dome, we're going to be looking at New Orleans entirely different and Drew Brees. That's why it's a big game.
It is. I agree. But you know, no one ever talks about the Saints defense either. The last 2 years, the Saints defense been good. The defense has been solid, man.
They're actually good this year too, though.
Yeah,
they looked horrible against the Raiders because that tight end.
I think y'all not giving the Raiders
because Drew Brees couldn't put up no points.
Waller abused them.
No,
he abused them, man.
Waller killed them across that middle, man. He was killing them.
Waller killed them regardless. But the problem is Drew Brees couldn't put up no points, so the Saints defense stayed on the field all night. Waller them just eventually warmed down.
I got another game for y'all to watch. The Rams and the Bills. Everybody high on the Bills and the defense on the Bills, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the letdown. I'm waiting for the letdown. I picked the Rams. That was another pick. I picked the Rams because I think the Rams are gonna go in there. They got nothing to lose, and they're gonna take this one home.
And you 6 feet tall. And you 6 feet tall.
You're not 6 feet, Sly.
Well, then.
You banking on Jared Goff?
Hey, Lefty. Right. Is PG down there Kool-Aid? Oh, okay. I see where we at.
I took Buffalo simply because they're at home, and Josh Allen has been hot with Diggs. They've been hot, man. And I know the Rams have played well.
That's right.
I don't like Lefty said. You Jared Goff. Nah, man. I'll take Allen over him.
And my receiver, my fantasy receiver, gonna go crazy this week. Watch what I tell you. Diggs
on
gonna
Tuesday
kill him.
morning, the first text y'all gonna get from me is I'm a savant. S-A-vant.
And I'm gonna say never.
That Catholic school education.
Hey, hey, Lefty. Lefty, it's gonna be a long day, so I'm gonna hydrate while I can.
Please do.
It's gonna be a long day.
Hey, man, we coming down to the end of this show, man. We got about a little over 7 minutes left, man. So I kind of want to take us through our routine and make sure we get our parting shots in, man, because we're getting a lot of love out there and we need to show a lot of love back. So, PG, I'm going to let you go ahead first, man, and get your parting shots.
Hey, as always, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, supporting the SmokeFellas and whatever we do. We appreciate all the love. Continue to go out there and register to vote. Do not do the mail-in ballots. Early voting is the key. Early voting. When the polls open up October 17th for our area, Cook County area, please go out and vote. Don't wait. And again, love to everybody. That's all I can say is just love to everybody.
KDL.
Per the usual, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, giving us love. People that chime in every week. Appreciate y'all. Much love, man. Some more things are to come in the future. We'll keep you guys posted. What I really want to say is to the AG who prosecuted the Breonna Taylor case, you suck. And if we find out that you didn't even present the charges to the grand jury, to present charges to those officers, if we find out you did not do it, you suck even more. That's ridiculous and a slap in the face for that family and anybody that believes in the justice system. That's all I want to say. Please vote.
Slide out.
Hey, man, I want to thank everybody, man. I mean, we changing up the show as we go on. We add. Hey, man, we doing our thing, man. SmokeFellas for life, baby. And I want to give a parting shout out to the terrible Democratic mayor and the terrible Democratic governor of the state of Kentucky. Y'all are absolutely pathetic and worthless. And a Republican district attorney, you can go to hell. Breonna Taylor, your life mattered to me and most Americans.
Sly got deep on us, man. Lefty.
Hey, ain't too much more to say after that, man. Yeah, the same here. The Breonna Taylor thing, that was huge this week. We still waiting to see what's going to happen with Floyd. You know, so we kind of on edge, kind of waiting to see. I was happy to see that we didn't kind of go crazy with the looting and stuff this time, at least in Chicago. I know in Kentucky it kind of went down, but it was good to see. Like I'm repeating what everybody else said, get out there and vote. Breonna Taylor, your life mattered. And as far as all the support, it's been great. I go places, I run into people and that follow the show that sometimes I can't see them on the screen. They follow every show we do. We got some other big things coming. Man, stay tuned. The show, we're going to constantly improve it. We're going to constantly, add new things. We're going to, keep everybody involved. And anybody that wants to come on the show, come on the show, man. Come on, talk crazy with us. We love it, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love it.
And I do apologize because we usually put up the Smokefella Fantasy Football board, but we kind of got pressed for time. There we go. So I am out. I'm 0-2 out there, but things change real quickly.
Not this year, won't.
I will not be the lucky lefty from 2019. I will not.
Excuse me. KDL is 2-0.
PG69 is 2-0.
And since he put me out there, I did give Ben the business week 1 and Sly lucked up last week. But I did get Ben.
Only thing I tell you, 3 of these panelists, 3 people on this panel is 3-0, and the other ones is irrelevant.
Well, you only 2-0.
Take care.
Those are facts.
You ain't 3-0. You 2-0.
2-0.
No, I'll be 3-0 when I beat PG this week.
No, that won't happen.
Well, I'll be 3-0 when I beat Gandy. And then Ben, if you're gonna put up the stats, put them up right.
Hey man, don't come for me unless I call you.
Ooh.
Hey, bro, I'm 2-0. Baby, don't put me on that wrong.
In the words of my man Sweets, losers are losers. Once you lose, you ain't relevant. GFY.
Wow.
Whoa.
We ain't gonna talk about that. Go Sox.
Go Sox.
So I would like to just chime in and kind of feed off what my brothers said out there, man. As you can see, I got the hashtag vote out there. Get out and vote, and let's make a difference. We will not get change until we stand up and vote. So don't just get out there and walk in the picket lines and be out there on the front line, and then you don't go to the poll, because that makes it all irrelevant. So get out there and vote, man, so that we can make some change in this world.
Let's get ready for this photo shoot, fellas. That's what I got to say next. Let's get ready.
Photo shoot day.
Let's go get it.
SmokeFellas will be doing this photo shoot today, man. So you'll probably get some pictures and stuff from next week showing how classy we are and how we get down. So until next week, SmokeFellas, Humidor Sports Podcast, SportsZone Chicago.
Sly, we banned your leather vest from this photo shoot, so don't wear it.
Don't wear that Big Bird outfit you wore that year to New Year's.
Hold on, he was gonna wear the grease leather jacket?
No, I was gonna wear that vest dude had on and waiting to exhale. You raggedy.
Wait, with no shirt on? No shirt on?
Hey, she hit him with a grapefruit.
Leave it at home, Sly. Leave it at home.
Oh, man. Hey, man, I love you guys, man. Hey, Danny, thanks for coming out. L Boogie, man, you will definitely see them back on the show, man. We out.
Big ups to our producer, Ivan, too.
Yes, sir.
Big ups, y'all.
Later.